According to a recent survey by the National Foundation of Credit Counseling, veterans are almost twice as likely to have debt carried over from month to month than to civilians. This is not due to veterans being poor or uneducated. This is due to lack of information on financial literacy after service. So today we're going to discuss some tips and tricks on how to get you set up financially for your future. My name is Maria Hamill, and I am the Learning Programs Coordinator here at Veterans Upward Bound. If you have any questions or concerns or want to talk about workshops, please feel free to email me with my email here on the screen. So today we're going to go over 5 tips on how to be financially literate, or if we want to also call it financially secure. So these tips include obtaining health insurance, increasing your credit score, understanding your taxes, applying for jobs, and creating a budget. And today's topic is based around the article, The Importance of Financial Literacy for Veterans from military.com. The first tip to financial literacy is obtaining health insurance. Personally, when I think of financial literacy, obtaining health insurance does not come to mind first. However, it is a vital step in becoming more financially secure. If you don't have any health insurance, your hospital bills, doctor's office visits, medications, emergency room visits in case of an accident can add up very quickly, and being able to have health insurance as a buffer in case of any of these accidents or illnesses, it can save you in the long run, because instead of having to pay large sums of money out of pocket, this will drain your savings very quickly. Keep in mind that you may have coverage under the VA for any service-connected injury or illnesses. However, you will want to have any supplemental insurances in case of any other illnesses or accidents that aren't covered by the VA. You can obtain supplemental insurance through your workplace coverage or your spouse's coverage. And I did create a prior workshop on the VA healthcare benefits. So if you're interested in learning more about your VA healthcare benefits, take a look at this workshop. I'll make sure to include it in the link of this workshop today. While in service, your credit score was likely not at the top of mind or was not important on your daily life. However, as a civilian, a high credit score is vital when purchasing or loaning any large sums of money. So a credit score is based on the value from 300 to 850, and it determines a consumer's creditworthiness. Your credit score is based on your credit history, including your open accounts or your debts, your repayment history, and other factors. This quote is from Investopedia.com. So the long short of what a credit score is that it shows banks or loan officers or anybody that you're looking to loan money from that if you have a high credit score, your likability to repay these debts in a timely fashion is very likely. So you will likely need a high credit score for when you're buying a home or taking out any loans such as car loan, personal, business loans. So again, this shows those loan officers that you are someone who is likely to repay your debts in a timely fashion if your credit score is higher. And this is based on many, many different factors, but this is just kind of an overview of what a credit score is. So to be able to increase your credit score, let's talk about some different tips. One tip is to get a credit card. So by paying off a credit card every month, this shows those officers, loan officers, or banks that I am able to pay off my credit card every month, therefore I'm able to repay my debts in a timely fashion. Totally understand things happen, life happens, and sometimes we need to put things on our credit card that we just don't have the money for right now to be able to pay back. That's totally fine. My suggestion is to try to pay it off the best you can every month. It's also very helpful to be able to increase your credit score by using your credit card to pay for necessities as much as possible. So if you're going to be going to the grocery store or going out to eat, try to use your credit card there and then pay it off every month so that it shows the people who are in the bank system or the credit card system or anyone who you're trying to get a loan from that I am able to pay off my debt, therefore it's going to increase my credit score, therefore I can get a better interest rate on my home. Taxes might be a wake-up call to you since you have likely been receiving tax-free housing allowance and you may not have been paying any state income taxes while you're on active duty. However, I just want you to keep in mind that when after service, once you get a job, that taxes will be taken out of your salaries. So taxes are taken out of your salaries, tips, wages, bonuses. They're also taken out of any interests, profits from sale from assets, and inheritance. So this is just kind of a FYI that the taxes will be taken out of your salaries. So for example, if you see a job posting that's saying that this position will be making $50,000 a year for salary. Unfortunately, you will not be taking home $50,000 each year. You will likely be taking home less because taxes are taking out of that amount. So this is just an FYI. But I also want to mention that I found this cool resource from the IRS.gov that has lots of different links for tax information for members of the military or after the military on different guides when it comes to taxes for you or any tax help. So I'll make sure to include this link because I thought that was pretty helpful. All right. Next up to becoming more financially secure is applying for jobs or getting jobs and getting an income. So it's no secret that veterans make great employees. Many organizations and employers look to hire vets because they obtain many skills and prior experiences that civilians do not have. When you are searching for an employer or a new job, try to look out for any veteran-friendly organizations or employers. They likely have many different veterans on their payroll, and they know how to work with veterans and work well with veterans. So you might be thinking, okay, great, but where do I even begin to look for a job? My suggestion is to look for different local resources and also national resources. So any local resources, I would take a look at any veteran services in your area. So for Kent County, for example, we have Kent County Veteran Services. We have the Veterans Affairs Office. You can also type into Google Veteran Services near me to find one in your area. So this is just a great place to start, and they may be able to point you in the direction of any local employers who are hiring and who work well with veterans. So definitely something to check out. You can also check out any online resources and job boards such as usajobs.gov, Hire Heroes USA, the va.gov, and military.com. They have many different job boards that are constantly being updated, and they have job postings that you can take a look at and see if you qualify. And when it comes to applying for jobs or in the process of looking for jobs, it can often be confusing after service of how do I update a resume, or how do I write a cover letter, or I haven't done an interview in so long, what do I talk about? I do have some previous workshops regarding applying for jobs and just the job process, and I'll make sure to include that link that you can take a look at if you have any additional questions about looking for jobs or any questions about resumes and things like that. All right, last tip of the day is creating a budget. So a budget can be as strict as having a desired amounts that you'd like to spend on certain categories. So let's say groceries or clothing per month. But you can also have a very loose budget of, well, I know I spend X amount of dollars on groceries per month. Let's try to stay around that dollar figure. So it's really just what works best for you when it comes to creating a budget. But I want to point out that there might be some categories, spending categories, that you haven't thought about while in service that you will likely need to pay for post-service. So some of these spending categories to keep in mind are healthcare, So this includes your primary health care, dental care, specialty, many medications, medical devices, and this would be anything not covered by the VA or VA healthcare benefits. Any housing, so your mortgages, rent, property taxes, HOA dues, any repairs your home needs, and utilities. Food, so this would be anything not covered by your MREs. Entertainment, such as going to like a baseball game, going to restaurants or eating out at a restaurant, any spontaneous giving, vacations. And I thought this was interesting, but even like Netflix, that's, something we don't think about on a daily basis, but, it does get charged to your card every month, so that is something to factor into a budget. Any vehicles, so you'll likely be driving a lot more after service, so this would include the upkeep on your vehicle, gas, any car insurance that you need to buy. Another category to keep in mind is any insurances, such as renter's insurance, homeowners, life insurance, disability, long-term care insurance, car insurance. Your education, this would be anything not covered by the military. Civilian clothing, this would be either like upkeep on clothing, buying new clothing, laundry. And lastly, to keep in mind is any emergency funds. So this could be like a rainy day fund, like for fun, or any emergencies that pop up that you may need to pay for. So you might be thinking, okay, we talked about all these categories that I need to keep in mind, but I don't even know, like, how do I create a budget? What does that look like? So I have a couple different options for you to take a look at. I have 2 apps or online resources that you can create a budget with, and they are Mint and Personal Capital. They are free apps to download, and it can bring you through different prompts of your budget and how much you spend and how much you want to spend, etc. I also have this really cool resource through consumer.gov. It's a fillable form, and you can put different information in for your income versus your expenses per month. So the cool thing about this is that you can type into these boxes and it will spit out a total for you at the end. So I'll show you an example. So let's say that my income is $2,000 a month. And I have other income, let's say child support. Let's do like 600 or something. And then it has different categories here for your expenses. So your housing expenses, food, transportation, health, personal, family, finance, other. And you can fill out these forms and it will compute at the end for you. So let's just do, for example here, $100 here. And then it will do your income minus your expenses equal the remainder. I believe you have to keep putting all of these different categories in to be able for it to compute, but it will spit out a number here at the bottom. So this is really cool for if you want to see, okay, maybe I'm spending too much money in this category. Maybe I'd like to, decrease it and put more money into another category. Or it can also just show you like, oh wow, I'm spending a lot of money in this category. I need to maybe decrease it, or I'm not seeing as much left over every month that I'm expecting. So really cool resource. I personally think I'm going to use it because I think that it'll be really helpful. Thank you. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your becoming more financially literate, or you'd like to talk about future workshops or have any questions on this workshop, please feel free to reach out to us at Veterans Upward Bound through our email, we have phone number, or our website. Thank you. I hope you have a great day.